Hello student, welcome back to the channel Lab is Chemistry by D. Dhanki to visualize the chemistry. Today we will discuss a important reaction of the carboxylic acid. If you are asked about the class of the compound, surely all of you tell me that this is the carboxylic acid due to the presence of COOH group. Now this compound will be converted to this compound, and if you are asked to tell me about the structural difference of starting material and the product, we can see that there is the extra methylene group in between R and COOH, and these two compounds are actually homolog to each other. That means we want to convert the carboxylic acid into homolog of the starting material. Now question is that how it can be possible? It can be possible by a common name reaction which is known as the Arndt-Sturt reaction. Today basically we will discuss about the Arndt-Sturt reaction and its mechanism and many other things. So to know more about the Arndt-Sturt reaction, you have to keep watching the videos without skipping. First of all, we have to know about the steps of the Arndt-Sturt reaction. Carboxylic acid will convert it to the acid chloride by thionyl chloride, which will react with excess diazomethane to form the diazoketone. This diazoketone in presence of heat and silver oxide will be converted to ketene. This ketene is the intermediate of the reaction, and this ketene with reaction of water, it will convert it to the homolog of the starting acid. In this context, we want to tell you that to convert the carboxylic acid into the carboxyl acid chloride, we use the thionyl chloride. If we use thionyl chloride, which will react with carboxylic acid and form SO2 and HCl in gaseous state. These two are gaseous byproduct which will readily remove from the reaction system, and we will collect the acid chloride easily. So instead of using the phosphorus pentachloride, we can use thionyl chloride to convert the carboxylic acid into acid chloride. So these are the general steps of Arndt-Sturt reaction. Now we want to know about the mechanistic details of the Arndt-Sturt reaction. After the formation of acid chloride, it will react with the excess amount of diazomethane. This diazomethane has the negative part which will react with the electrophilic carbon of the acid chloride, that is the carboxyl carbon, and after that it will form a Zuitter ion. After the formation of Zuitter ion, it will eliminate the chloride ion. This eliminated chloride ion again abstract the acidic proton. After the abstraction of this acidic proton, it will produce a byproduct which is HCl and also another compound which is diazoketone. After the formation of diazoketone, the R group will be migrated intramolecularly and concerted way to form the intermediate ketene. After the formation of ketene, it will react with water to form the homolog of the starting acid. This is the mechanistic details of the Arndt-Sturt reaction. The key factor or the key step of this reaction is the formation of diazoketone, and after the formation of diazoketone, the R group is migrated and there will take place a rearrangement, and this migration is intramolecularly and concerted way. It can be proved in our discussion. Here we discuss some mechanistic interpretation. Here silver oxide act as the catalyst and rearrangement is take place there. But how can we know about the rearrangement? It is verified or proved by the isotope labeling experiment. What is the isotope labeling experiment? We label the starting carboxyl carbon with its radioactive isotopes, and it is found that the ultimate product, which is the homolog of the starting carboxylic acid, the carboxyl carbon remain in isotope leveling condition. If this rearrangement is not intramolecularly, or if this rearrangement is not take place, then we cannot find this isotope labeled carbon at the carboxyl carbon at the starting material and at the end product. Rather, if rearrangement is not take place, we find that this isotope level carbon at the methylene carbon. But actually what we get the homologue of the starting material and the labeled carbon at the carboxyl carbon. So it is from the isotope labeling experiment, it is proof that rearrangement must take place in Arndt-Esters reaction. If rearrangement is take place in this reaction, we want to know about what kind of rearrangement is this, whether it is intramolecular or intermolecular rearrangement. This question has answer with some experiment. This experiment is known as the crossover experiment. What is the crossover experiment? We have to take a compound with isotope level and a benzene ring without any substitution. We also take another compound without any isotope leveling and a benzene ring with substitution. If these two compounds are allowed to undergo Arndt-Esters reaction in similar condition, then first we have to assume that the rearrangement is intermolecular. Again I repeat, first we have to assume that the reaction is intermolecular. Then what should I get? We should get that a product with isotope level carbon attached with the substituted benzene ring. That is, this product should be found. But actually this product does not found, or this product does not form. This is the cross product. So this cross product does not form. Rather, formation of cross product, we get simple these two product. So these two product are the simple product without any cross product. This proves that this rearrangement is not intermolecular rearrangement. Rather, it is intramolecular rearrangement. So we don't find any cross product after combination of these two starting material. Now, are all the carboxylic acid and their chloride derivative undergo this Arndt-Esters reaction? The answer is definitely no. If there is any steric hindrance or steric crowding, they will resist the action of diazomethane. Here, these two compounds does not undergo this reaction due to steric crowding of the methyl group. Another question arises that in this reaction we have to use the excess amount of diazomethane. Why here we use the excess amount of diazomethane? To get the answer, we have to look back into its mechanism. The answer is hidden in this mechanism. In the mechanism, we find that the diazomethane react with the acid chloride to form a Juiter ion, from which a Cl- ion is eliminated, and this Cl- ion will abstract a acidic proton to form byproduct HCl and our main product diazoketone. Here we find that this Cl- after abstraction of acidic proton, it will produce HCl as a byproduct and diazoketone as a main product. This diazoketone further rearrange to form a ketene which is intermediate. After that, this ketene will react with water to form homologue of the starting carboxylic acid. Now, if this HCl is not removed from the reaction system, it will produce or it will go a side chain reaction or side reaction. For this side reaction, we don't get our desired product by Arndt-Esters reaction. This diazoketone will abstract the proton which is produced from the HCl, and it will form a compound which is very easily undergo SN2 reaction, because this carbon is primary carbon with a leaving group of N2 plus, and this N2 plus will leave as a nitrogen which is a beta leaving group. And in this case, after the abstraction of H plus, there is a Cl minus. This Cl minus will undergo or will promote the SN2 reaction, and it will form alpha chloroketone by SN2 reaction. So instead of getting a homologue of the starting acid, we will get alpha chloroketone, which is not our desired product. So we have to destroy the HCl, which is ionic compound and which is produce H plus and Cl minus. This H plus will be abstracted by the negative portion of the diazomethane, and it will from the CH2 minus. After abstraction of H plus, it will convert it to the methyl group. After that, the Cl minus again do the SN2 reaction with this CH3N2 plus, and it will form CH3Cl or methyl chloride. So 1 mole of diazomethane is used to destroy the HCl to prevent the side reaction, and another mole is used to form diazoketone. So we have to use excess diazomethane to produce the homologue of starting acid by AND ester synthesis. Otherwise it will give the side product as a alpha chloroketone, which is not our desired product. So this reaction has very important synthetic application which will be discussed in another video. And again, we prove that the rearrangement is intramolecular rearrangement by crossover experiment, but it can also be proved by stereochemistry, which also be discussed in another video.